favorite?
Quiet like a church. My first Bitcoin conference was in Mexico, 2012. It was 30 people. So this is really interesting. I've actually spoken at this conference before, I think. I don't remember, but I think I was there. It's interesting to come in and it's like an airport here. You guys all get patted down. And who are they trying to keep up? Maybe, right? No, but it's really interesting times. When I first heard there was 4,000 people, which it doesn't look like there's 4,000, a lot of people are scared right now to hear what I'm going to say, but when I heard there was 4,000 people, I was like, this sounds like the top of the market. I can't really see too much, but how many people are kind of new to Bitcoin? Hands? Not too many. So, a lot of old school people here? That's good. What I've noticed with what's going on right now is there's a lot of status coming into this market right now. Show of hands, who here is from the CIA? I saw your hand go up. That's all right. You're gonna be out of a job soon.
Yeah! Yeah!
For those people that don't know what this is all about, this is not about making money. Money's fine. Actually, it's almost better when you don't have a lot of money. I've made millions, I'm not bragging at all, and lost millions so many times I can't even keep track. The happier times I've had is actually when I didn't have a lot, actually. So this is not about money. For anyone here who's not sure what's going on, this is about getting rid of central banks and governments. It's going better than I thought. I thought I had to explain some things here. All right. Yeah, so it truly is. That's what it's all about. What's happened with Bitcoin in the last year, and a lot of people attack me about this. They say I'm trying to bring down Bitcoin. Of course I'm not. I've been one of the biggest promoters of Bitcoin since 2011. I saw that it had the potential to change the world. Now, the governments and the central banks are trying to infiltrate. And that's what's kind of going on, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys know, Bitcoin now, quite slow and quite expensive. I think that's kind of on purpose. I think they want, when it comes down to the real power that these people want, is in the money system. It was the Rothschilds who said in like the 18 or 1700s, I don't care who makes the laws as long as I control the money. We need to make sure that this money, whatever that money is, it might not even be Bitcoin now, things are changing that fast. We need to make sure, or we don't need to do anything actually, but I want to make sure we get a money that will give the power back to the people. Now, here's the interesting thing. I've been here for a couple days. I'm actually kind of depressed right now. I've been talking to a lot of people who live here in the USSA. I met a guy yesterday who said he's happy. He's happy to pay taxes. Like, whew, where do you even start? So, that's what this is all about. If anyone who's sitting there, and you don't know this is what it's all about, this is what it's all about. all of the major problems in the world, and I don't know all the problems, I'm not super smart or anything. Most wars, most poverty is caused by government and central banks, especially central banks, enabled by government. This is what is, I don't want to use the word war, because I learned that you have to talk very in positive terms. It can't be about conflict, but this is an actual conflict right now. The great thing is that there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of amazing things. The cryptocurrency space, in my opinion, I'm shocked. I'm personally shocked. I did not think it would happen all this fast. There is so many people doing so many things, and there's a lot of people doing bad things too. BitConnect, Ripple. But there's a lot of people doing good things. Monero, Zcash, Cash, Bitcoin Cash, even Bitcoin. I'm not. But if they're going to take control of Bitcoin now, which no one can really control it, but they've managed to slow it down. This is what they're going to do because they can't stop this. The only way to stop what's going on right now, and this is an evolution, it's not a revolution. We're not going back anywhere. We're going to somewhere brand new. A peaceful and prosperous world where people have the opportunity, and I know I sound like a politician right now, I'm actually hearing what I'm saying, but it's true. At least give people the chance to flourish. Barack Drone Bomber, the Nobel Peace Prize winner, who never had one day of peace as own presidency, said Bitcoin's like a Swiss bank account in your pocket. It's actually way better than that. We now, for the first time in history, can store, if you had it, $1 billion in your own brain. This is evolutionary. I don't believe in evolution, but that's still it. We didn't come from monkeys or rats or whatever they say. I'm not sure where we came from actually, but anyway, we're moving. This is going to be this could be. See, I'm not sure right now. I'm actually a little bit, it's all happening so fast now it's hard to get your head around. I'm not sure who's winning at the moment. But I know this is the opportunity. This is, if anyone is left in this world who cares about freedom, and I've been here the last couple of days, that's why I'm kind of depressed. They're like telling me they're happy to pay taxes, and I'm so happy. And I'm getting people asking me, how can we have roads? It appears a lot of people don't mind being slaves. But at least now there's an opportunity. It's the first time really in human history. I don't think we really know anything about human history. It's all lies. I don't know anything about what happened before, but I know that there's hundreds of millions of people dead in the 20th century over wars. And none of those people hated, German people didn't hate people in the US or whoever was fighting, I don't even know. It seems like a bad movie. But now, at least, there is an opportunity. And this is what it's really all about. If you don't know that this is what it's all about, now you know. This is what it's all about. We at least are going to allow people, if they want to be unenslaved, to be unenslaved. They wouldn't even know it's actually happening. This is kind of the funny and great thing about all this stuff. Like even Airbnb, like people talk about the biggest hotel company in the world doesn't own any hotels, Airbnb. The biggest taxi company in the world doesn't own any taxis. This is kind of the world we live in now, which is quite good, and it can be used for good or bad. And if you ask your average person who has Uber app on their phone, they'll go, yeah, I just prefer this over those old third world city taxis. They're nicer, they're better, it's easier. That's probably going to be how this is going to play out. It will actually if we actually get to true anarchy, true peace and prosperity, most people won't even know it happened. And they won't even know who to thank. And that is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. No one needs any thanks. Those who believe in freedom work without a lot of pats on the back. In fact, many of us, not saying myself, but many of the people who believe in freedom get kidnapped and put in cages, especially here in the USSA. Most people don't know this stuff. And we'll see what's going to happen. But this is not about making money. Money is fine. Actually, capital is good. I'm an anarcho-capitalist. The more capital you have, the more you can change the world. And this is what's going to happen in the next few years. Most people don't know what's about to happen. We now have anarcho-capitalists, and there's thousands, if not tens, if not hundreds of thousands, possibly millions. Murray Rothbard said in the 1980s that he thought there was probably less than 15 libertarians in the world. Now how many are there? Well, we're at 15, right? And now some of them have some capital. So things are going to change. But the only thing I want to relay here is, for those who care about freedom, be very careful about what you do with this new power. Like all power, it could be used for good or bad. And I know there's like CIA and government people here. They're taking notes. Good, take your notes. They can't stop it. It's over. But we have to keep on course. I was not expecting this response, actually. That's the beauty of it all. It's basically over. It's going to be a few more years of uncomfortableness as the fiat currencies collapse, as the whole welfare state and the warfare state, all this stuff collapses, and all those people who work for government will have to actually do something productive. I totally was not expecting this. I thought this would be shocking to a lot of people. This is what's going on. So, I think this is near the end of this conference. I don't want to end it on a weird or bad note or anything. I think I have a minute left. If anyone wants to shout out a question or anything, I'm happy to try to answer. Just shout it out if you go.
What about Tether?
I'm going to Acapulco on Sunday. You're welcome to go with me. Free Ross, yeah. That's a Ross Ulbricht, Silk Road. This is what's going on. They will actually do this to a lot of people. I have a conference every year in Acapulco, Mexico, called Acapulco. And every year we have to count how many of our speakers can't come because they've been kidnapped and put in cages. Ross Ulbricht is one of the biggest examples. Offered people a way to get whatever they want voluntarily without hurting anyone. He's in a maximum security prison here in the US, and this has been years now. And they gave him like 3 life sentences for having a website. This is what is going on, and you know, from what I'm hearing, at least from this crowd, I think we're all on the right track. I think this is happening. It's happening. Is it happening? Thank you. Nothing else. Thank you, guys.
Jeff Berwick, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. All right. If you've been sticking on for the moment we've all been waiting for, well, now is the moment. So we're going to bring out the captain of the ship. Ladies and gentlemen, Mo Levin, come on up here.